At the beginning of the story, Catherine and Michael walk into a room that is totally white. They see a red button, and Michael pushes it. AI tells them that Dr. Voyan has set up a very dangerous test. That room is so clean that couples who stay there for 50 days can win $5 million. If either person leaves, though, the prize drops to $1 million, and there is no way to get in touch with the outside world or have fun in the room. Just being with each other, you can get treats with some of the prize money. Mike thinks it's amazing that they were so lucky to find this chance. It would be easier if they split the money, and she considers investing it, which Mike finds very dull. He hopes that his future will be full of parties and easy living, without having to worry about money. An AI voice tells them the rules again, and then they look around. There's no joke about how clean the room is. It's all white and has very few things in it. One at a time, they can use the simple bathroom. There is a red button to leave, a touchscreen to ask for treats, and a big clock above the exit door that shows how much time is left in the trial. Every day, they eat shakes that are bland and tasteless and come in stark white boxes. To make sure they get all the nutrients they need, the room has dynamic automatic lights that change as the day goes on. In the morning, afternoon, evening, and at night before bed. On the sleek display, they can set an alarm. On their first night together, Mike tries to get Kate to do something intimate, but she's afraid that the professor will see them. They end up having a private moment together under the covers. Kate goes to the bathroom as dawn breaks to look at her reflection and say affirmations to keep her goals and inspiration in mind. They put their clothes down the laundry chute in the bathroom after taking a shower. As they wait for the day to start, Kate thinks what the real point of Doctor's experiment is. Mike talks about what he learned from a documentary about the Doctor's earlier project, which ended badly for a working-class family. He knows why he did what he did, but everyone else only knows that he's rich and likes putting people in strange situations because he's interested in how people live. Sooner than they think, they have trouble keeping themselves interested. Mike just looks at the clock while Kate meditates. Mike has trouble sleeping, so Kate always tells him not to look at the time and to keep his mind on the prize. But it's hard to stay positive when Mike is having trouble sleeping. Kate makes it a habit to say affirmations and bets every day, and she also tries to keep their moods up. Mike works out while Kate meditates. When they get out of their dirty clothes, they dance or play games with their hands. Another pair that looks the same is given to them. Something different does happen after a few weeks. Mike finds a bug that got into the room after the baby talked to it. It's his idea to feed it some of the meal shake, but as soon as he spills some on the floor, the AI tells them that food can only be eaten by competitors. Mike asks how to let the little bug go and promises he won't leave because he's afraid the bug won't make it. Kate tells him that the speaker that the AI voice comes through doesn't look like it can go both ways. Mike picks up the key and opens the door because she has already tried. Kate is sure that pressing the button will make them lose, even if Mike doesn't leave. So this leads to a fight. He's just reaching out for a silly bug. After killing the bug, Mike tells Kate that it is a live thing and that she doesn't care about it. As the fight gets worse, Kate tries to leave, but she steps on the bug instead. Mike doesn't believe her when she says it was a mistake. Mike sulks in a spot for the rest of the days until he finally decides he will no longer do nothing. He chooses to take the treat, even though it means giving up the prize money of $100,000. Kate doesn't like the choice, but Mike isn't trying to get her approval. He ends up with only one green color because of this. He can paint on the walls with that much, even though it's not much. Kate asks him to draw her after she has seen him draw for a while. Mike agrees, but he doesn't want to do realistic pictures because he thinks they're boring. He likes to keep his own style, which makes Kate not want to work for him as a model. Mike keeps drawing until there are no more crayons left. He leaves green marks all over the bathroom and a towel on the floor. Kate later says she's sorry for how she acted and that things are harder than she thought. They only have 20 days left, though. The days don't get any better until one morning. When Kate wakes up, there's a gun in the bathroom. They don't want to check to see if it's loaded because it scares them, so they hide it under the bed. After a while, the couple finally gets connection time, which lets them listen to text from their friends and family. Mike gets a text message from his sister. In it, she talks about how she and their parents are doing. She also believes Mike is no longer seeing Kate. Mike is very happy to see his sister. The screen then shows a video of Kate's dad, who is finally off the streets and living in a shelter for homeless people. Kate doesn't want her own link, and she freaks out. Kate hides behind the bathroom door and cries because the video won't stop no matter what she does. Mike comes over to make her feel better. Kate is so sad that she doesn't get up when the alarm goes off in the morning. She stays in bed all day. Mike tells Kate that he is worried. Kate tells Mike that she hasn't seen her father in years and has always lied to Mike about who he was because she is ashamed of her dad and how he spends the house drunk. Even though it's almost 2 weeks until the show, Kate is still in bed while Mike tries to find new things to do for fun. For example, he might change his drawings by smudging the crayon with his fingers or read the pajama label in as many different feelings as he can, like those acting exercises. He tries to make Kate laugh by making jokes about the food, but it doesn't work. Mike also sleeps on the floor sometimes just to change things up. He tries to get Kate to take a treat one morning, but she won't waste that money. Kate finally gets out of bed when Mike says he's not sure if he can keep doing this. Mike should take a second treat, even if it costs $250,000, before she takes a shower. As soon as Mike does this, the door opens and a naked woman called Simone walks in. Mike is shocked. The idea is unknown to her. Her job is to act and get paid for it. Kate doesn't like having her around, so she tells Mike to give Simone his t-shirt so she can at least hide a little. Simone sees Mike's art and compliments it. She even points out the influences, which makes Kate even more angry. Mike is willing to sleep on the floor while the girls sleep in the bed when it gets dark. They try to be polite. Simone offers to stay awake while they sleep, but Kate gets angry and decides that they can all share the bed as long as she sleeps in the middle. Kate wakes up and doesn't find Simone in bed. She thinks she's gone, but Simone is in the bathroom. Kate can't take it any longer, so she asks for a treat and gets a small box with 3 nice candies inside. She takes one right away and offers one to Simone, but Mike hesitates a long time before taking one. They start dancing and flailing around the room, giving each other a few group kisses. But after a while, Mike starts having a bad trip. He starts seeing blood everywhere and thinking that he's underwater while watching his younger brother fall. Mike is brought back to reality by the women, but he is still scared and wants to leave. Kate has to drag him back to bed and calm him until he falls asleep after he says something about drowning. Simone asks Mike what he might have been talking about, and Kate tells her that Mike's little brother drowned in the family pool while he was meant to watch the kids. This still makes Mike feel bad. It's possible that Mike was high when it happened, which would explain why he wasn't willing to take the candy. Mike finally wakes up, and Simone tells him that she lost her mother when she was a child. They become close over their shared sadness and loss. To comfort Mike, Simone takes his hand. Kate freaks out when she sees them because she thinks Simone wants to steal her man. Kate's bad behavior is criticized by Simone, who says Kate acts out because she is nervous, which leads to a fight. Mike tells them to stop and then walks away. Kate tries to say she's sorry and that she probably didn't see anything, but Simone adds fuel to the fire by saying it might not have been. The next morning, Mike isn't feeling well, but Kate is busy with other things. Simone is no longer there, but she left a note on the wall in green pencil. "Thanks for the crazy night, Mike." Kate goes crazy and doesn't listen to Mike when he says he didn't do anything. Kate then hits Mike in the head and hurts it. Mike moves away from her and tells her that he has never cheated on her, not even when she went to New York. Kate keeps saying she's sorry, but Mike gets dizzy from the wound and cuts off their talk. He really believes he needs to see a doctor, but Kate brings him a meal shake to give him some sugar and puts a towel over his wound, telling him that the contract doesn't allow for medical help. Mike is shocked by what he hears and starts to wonder if Kate really cares. His cut isn't very bad and the bleeding stops, but he's afraid of what she would have done if it was worse. Or maybe she would have let him bleed for money. He hates what this place has done to them and knows that money can't fix how badly they're hurt. Mike makes up his mind to leave and he asks Kate to join him. She even gets the gun out to scare him into staying. Mike doesn't pay attention to her, though, and presses the button instead. He finally leaves the room a few days before the win. Kate sees the raindrop drawing on the wall after she has been lying around and freaking out in the shower for a while. With only 2 days left, it makes her want to press the button too. After many months, Mike is no longer with anyone. He sees Kate come out of a building while he's out for a run. They decided to go for a walk to talk and catch up because they haven't seen each other since the room. But when Mike asks Kate if she left the room, she avoids the question and says she's sorry for what happened. As they leave, the building turns out to be a shelter for homeless people. and has a plaque that says a new kitchen was made possible by a gift from an anonymous person. At the same time, a new couple comes into the spotless room to take on the task. That's the end of the movie. Thanks for being with us.